Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a paid request, this time for Malivore. Thank you so much. For anyone that wants to request any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, playing a video game for an hour, full playthrough, random thoughts, whatever the case may be, PayPal's usually the best bet. I do have a Patreon and a Cash App because people have asked about those. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I can. Now, Malivore wanted me to react to this video called Ghostbusters 2016 Sibling Rivalry with Tweedledee and Tweedledick, Nostalgic Critic and his brother, who I have no idea what the hell they do. I do, but sadly there's no talent involved, but somehow they're successful. They review films, but they're not. I never found them funny. Never found them entertaining. I think their skits are cringe. I think their skits are less funny than the movies they're reviewing. And their movies are worse than a lot of the movies they review. I've seen some Nostalgia Critics movies. Some of them are like 3.5 hours long. To Bully Flea and whatever the hell else. They are some of the most god-awful movies you'll see. So, again, the fact that you want to complain about anything, dude. And don't get me started on that whole change the channel BS, and somehow you escaped out of that. Hell if I know how and why, but it is what it is. But, yeah, I'm not a fan of them. I don't take their opinion worth a pinch of salt. It'd be the pinch of salt off my dick. I wouldn't care what they take. But it's 54 minutes long, this video, so I'll do my best. I won't be showing the video because I don't want to deal with YouTube's hypocritical copyright stuff. Because I've done stuff where I just put a trailer up, and literally 9 months later, or 2 years later, it just gets blocked all of a sudden. And it's all the craziness. And it's just... some people deal away with it, some people don't, but it is what it is. So I have the link down below in the info box. You want to follow along, put in another tab window, you follow along with me. I mean, Ghostbusters 2016 we know is a train wreck. It's a terrible, awful, unfunny movie that I don't care if it's women. If you took the same movie and you put Adam Sandler and Kevin James and Chris Rock and David Spade, you put those four in it, with the same dialogue and the same terrible jokes, the same terrible humor, and the same... it would still be an awful, terrible film. I mean, Pixels was trying to be Ghostbusters, and that was an awful, terrible film with Adam Sandler. But people tend to forget that. Like, do you not remember people panned the hell out of that movie? And who starred in that? A bunch of guys. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's because no one wants to see a reboot remake of Ghostbusters. Hell, I didn't want to see these sequels, Afterlife and Frozen Empire. I thought those films sucked too. Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, to me, that's all that exists in my dojo. But let's get into this. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. I don't know what the hell Doug is talking about. Don't kill us, we might have opinions. Everybody has an opinion on the film, dumbass. Everybody has an opinion on Ghostbusters 2016, dude. Everybody has. You're mad that people have opinions on Ghostbusters 2016? Everybody does. So I don't even understand his reaction in the first 10 seconds. They call their mom a raving misogynist? Okay, pause. I'm paused at 1 minute and 49 seconds. So, first off, I commend their mom. Because, in my opinion, their mom is right. It did suck. What? I hope they explain why they call their own mom a raving misogynist. That's literally what they said. Our mom is a raving misogynist. I'm like, so women can be misogynist about other women? Uh, okay. So I guess I'm now already getting the picture why Malivore sent this as a request. But I hope they actually have reasons as to why they call the mom misogynist. So the mom went up and said, that film sucked. Well, what? No, that film sucked. And I agree, the film sucks. It's not a good comedy. It's not funny. The acting was bad. The jokes were tired. It was running jokes about wontons. There's too many wontons. There's not enough wontons. You have a pussy fart joke in the first 10 minutes of a Ghostbusters movie. If it was a fart from the ass, I and Adam Sandler or Rob Schneider or David Spade said it, I would say the same thing. But here's a queef, a pussy fart joke. The plot is pretty much the same plot as the damn first one, which people complain about Ghostbusters 2, but even that had more distinguishing differences than that 2016 did, with the whole baby aspect. Anyway, I hope they have more in their gear than that, than just their mom saying it sucked. 1 minute 49 seconds unpaused now. She's a very strong German woman. So they're not saying she's misogynist. Just okay. So pause at 2 minutes 45 seconds. Okay, at least they do explain a bit. Well, if you hate the film, that means you're misogynist. So they make you follow that aspect. Granted, it's a weird thing to first say. Well, mom's a misogynist. I'm like, so they are explaining. So okay, I'll give credit to that. 2 minutes 45 seconds unpause now. It was fun for you? Sure, it was fun. Okay, 3 minutes 37 seconds. They thought it was forgettable, harmless fluff. Yeah, to you. I think it was a garbage movie. It's a horrendous sequel. It's a horrendous reboot. I can't even call it a sequel. It's dog shit, pal. The cute, Hudson. It's an awful movie. The acting is absolutely terrible. The jokes are completely unfunny. The product placement is right in your face. The the dialogue that just felt like an SNL skit that went on for 5 minutes too long. They have to stop the movie to literally go, yeah, if you don't like this, you're misogynist. And they shoot a ghost in the dick. Imagine if, again, take the same movie, put Adam Sandler and Chris Rock and they're all shooting a female ghost in the clit, they would be called every horrible name in the book, but if the reverse happens, is A-okay. It wasn't even that funny of a joke either. So, yeah, it was a awful movie, and an awful trailer, by the way. It was an awful trailer. They put their worst jokes in the trailer. The worst joke, well, some of the worst jokes was in the trailer. May the power of Patty compel you, and then, oh yeah, in the movie, Chris Hemsworth, that entire character, and him being so stupid that it was just like ludicrously stupid. Like, he could not breathe if he was this stupid. Cartoonishly stupid with the way Chris Hemsworth's character behaved. And it's an awful comedy. You could say one of the worst comedies in the past, well, 2016, so 8 years now. Wow, it's been 8 years. I'll say 10. One of the worst comedies in the past 10 years was Ghostbusters 2016. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Not all, but a lot. So, and why do you care, dude? Why do you care? As if you two have not raged on a movie over the top style. This is the thing with these two guys here. You guys make an entire fucking series where you have Doug yell, complain, be crazy, be zany about a damn movie from 10, 15, 20 years ago. Yelling and screaming, so awful. What? Doug. And was it Rob? Have you taken a look at your nostalgia critic character? Have you not? Do you not see the hypocrisy in that? You've never bitched about something? Give me a break. The hypocritical nature of this. It's like, we gotta say this because we want to look kind of good in front of some people's eyes. Give me a break, dude. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe some of your audience, you're now telling you're a loser, you were over the top, you're a dumbass, piss off. Why do these two people still become popular? Why are they still getting views? I do not understand. Who in the fuck takes nostalgia Doug Walker's word for granted on anything? You've seen him as a director, you've seen him as a writer, you've seen his films, I hope not, or you get PTSD. We all have different opinions on films. We all have reviews that people say, yeah, that was a bad take, but it's my opinion. But every person will have opinion that people disagree with vehemently. Just like Doug, remember your review of Pink Floyd's The Wall? Whew, holy shit. But yeah, 3 minutes 37 seconds, unpause now. Wait, now. We're paid to get angry, so wait, it's okay if you get paid. Do you not understand? You get paid for it? Well, technically, all the people you would hear about is YouTube, so wouldn't they technically be paid for it too? Okay, pause at 4 minutes 39 seconds. I'm guessing so it's going to be like the first, we're almost 5 minutes. It's going to be the first 10 minutes of just mad at people for being so angry about it. Do you have any receipts of this? Yeah, there were people pissed, but when I would watch videos, they would talk about how, what the fuck, this doesn't look funny. This looks crap. Like, are you talking about Twitter? It's Twitter. Everybody says the worst things on Twitter. I randomly came across a video. I'm not even subscribed to these guys. There's a guy named Star Wars Theory, and some other guy named Star Wars Explained tried to screw over Star Wars Theory. And the Star Wars Theory guy said his piece, had the receipts, had the proof in the pudding. Then this other guy tried to screw him over. And then someone on Twitter is like, I hope one day someone beheads that guy. So what's to kill Star Wars Theory? Cut his head off because he proved that the guy they liked tried to screw him over. It's Twitter, dude. Like, welcome to the internet. Wow. I got death threats back to the day because I did not like Prometheus and Dark Knight Rises. It happens all the time. Where have you guys been? Well, we're angry because we get paid for it. Well, number one, you're not doing a good job of it because I don't think they're entertaining videos. I don't think they're funny videos. And number two, again, if you're talking about YouTube, well, if they're monetized, they're getting paid as well. So technically, they're doing the same thing you're doing. But again, if you're talking about Twitter, do you just go out and find the worst on Twitter? Like every single thing, you do find this stuff for every single movie, dude. You do find that for Madam Web. I bet I could go on your channel and find a number of movies where you have reacted the same way. But we don't pay for it, so we could do that. Oh, okay, so that's all that matters. All that matters is you paid for it. Oh, okay. Alright. Kind of shallow reasoning, but 439 unpaused now. Ted Walker is so damn annoying. And his brother is just so damn pompous and pretentious. Where's the evidence? Where's the receipts? Where's the evidence? Where's the receipts, dude? Yeah, 2 was good. Ghostbusters 2 is not awful, dude. You know what's awful? Your movies are awful. To Boldly Flee was awful. Every film you've ever done been a part of is awful. Ghostbusters 2 actually has a good cast. Actually has likable characters. Actually has funny jokes in it. Whether it be the Bill Murray, the show he has at the beginning, the whole stuff with the toaster. And you say it's the same movie. All the stuff with the baby is different. All the stuff with the bad guy Vito is different. There's a lot of different stuff with that. There's similarities. Not everything makes sense. I will admit it's not a perfect movie, but it's a fun, entertaining film. So let me ask you a question, guys. Do you guys going to say this to James Rolfe's face? Because didn't he say Ghostbusters 2016, I refuse to watch it? Oh, you don't go after him now? Since he's the one's like, I wanted Ghostbusters 3. Again, these two guys are hypocritical. They've done the same thing to a variety of movies, judging them by the trailer, mocking everything about movies, a variety of films, being highly critical of this, and that. You have done the same thing on a number of films, and now you're mad that other people did it. It is the most hypocritical stance in the longest time. You're mad that people got mad when you've been mad all the time, and your only excuse is, well, we got paid for it. That's really the only thing. That was the only difference. That was the only difference. So if they were paid for it, it'd be perfectly fine. Are you guys going to get to the film eventually? This is 10 minutes in. They're just so annoying. It's hard to listen to these two. They're annoying in the movie. They're horrible. They're irritating. Kate McKinnon is irritating as hell and just weird for weird's sake. You mean like the comedy where there's not enough wontons? How come there's not enough wontons? Wait a minute. You got too many wontons. You got too many wontons. So what? They were crapping on Chris Farley comedies? Were they? Did I just miss that? The Dud was crapping on Chris Farley comedies. You're really comparing Chris Farley to Melissa McCarthy? Really? You're comparing Chris Farley to Melissa McCarthy? Oh my god. Oh my god. They have start strong. What was good comedy in that? Pause at 11 minutes 29 seconds. So you're getting excited because they're doing the same thing as 1984 Ghostbusters, but you just trash Ghostbusters 2 because it's just the same movie. So you're mad that Ghostbusters 2 is the same movie, but you're excited because this film is doing the same thing that Ghostbusters 1984 did, only not as good because the comedy's not nearly as funny. Can you make up your fucking mind, dude? Can you make up your fucking mind instead of taking your Adderall? 11 minutes 29 seconds. I'm paused now. First, people would say, so you want the original opening. What was funny? What was creative? Explain, dude. What was creative? What was creative, dude? What was creative? Explain. So they did this. Pause. 12 minutes, 54 seconds. I'm sorry I keep pausing, but I'm trying to listen to them, but I'm going to miss stuff. Again, they did a better movie like Ghostbusters 2. Because they said, it's just the same movie as Ghostbusters 1. Well, it starts off differently, where a character we actually know, her baby's in danger, so that's fairly different. Different circumstances with the slime. The way the characters are introduced are different, where they're all having separate lives. Successful. A bookstore, a talk show host, research and development, and then the whole veto. Even that whole bit is different from the original. This movie, that again, is so creative. And you want to say, well, Ghostbusters 2 just did the same thing. What did Ghostbusters 2016 start with? 3 people. They get fired. They're kicked out. They go find a 4th one, who happens to be black. And they get together. And their first big job is at this big venue, public place. They catch the ghost. They get popular. They find their secretary. They cross the streams at the end. Like, that is more of a copy of the first one than Ghostbusters 2 was. So you're mad at Ghostbusters 2 because you keep saying it's the same movie, but Ghostbusters 2016 was more the same movie of the first film. 2016 was more the same movie, but you're giving that credit. And these are the people that have like so much more subscribers, and yeah, well, I mean, I'm jealous, absolutely. I know jealousy is a terrible thing, but I'm going to be honest, absolutely. Am I going to type to them and find them on Facebook? No. I'm just going to say, never liked you. This video is once again proof why I never liked these guys. I never watched these guys, never gave a shit about these guys, never found them funny, never found them entertaining. You can have disagreeing opinions. We all do. We're all going to have disagreeing opinions. But again, these are the guys that will punch down on other people like they did in the first 7-8 minutes of the movie. They just did that. If you thought this, that you're a loser. If you thought this, you did. And I'm sitting there going, there's a lot of people who had legitimate complaints. But you just honed in on the extremes, which every movie has extreme people. Every single movie, dude. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. Don't know why you don't know this yet. But 12 minutes, 54 seconds, unpaused now. What parts of the story is clever? Can you explain that? The story is a mess. You don't know a damn thing about Japanese. Shut up, dude. If you went to Japan, people would probably kick your ass in 5 minutes. Give me a break. You don't know jack squat about Japanese. Shut up. What cool things were in the climax? I've never heard someone say Ghostbusters is perfect. You did get Ghostbusters 3. It's called the video game. $15 minutes 31 seconds on pause. This guy, I don't get what people like about this guy. He says the ending of Ghostbusters is ridiculous because they point a stick, then they point the stick to each other, and that's ridiculous. That may be the dumbest thing I've heard in a long time. I mean, they clearly talk about what the streams are, crossing the streams, how dangerous it is. It doesn't need to be fancy. When you're doing any job, whether you're a firefighter, whether you're a police officer, you're not supposed to be getting all fancy and trying to do flips, and that was stupid in the new one. I'll go punch a ghost. It's a ghost. What are the ghost punishers? They're Ghostbusters. They captured ghosts. What, can you kill a ghost? You're going to kill a ghost? So the ghost is already dead, so how do you kill a ghost when it's already dead? Well, it's just a stick and points. It works. That's the whole point. You don't need fucking John Wick Ghostbusters, dude. The fact he thinks he needs that, and people take this guy fucking seriously? They take him seriously. I want someone in the comment section to tell me what is it you take seriously from this guy. Why do you like this guy? You don't have to like me, that's fine. You don't have to like me, but I don't need, what the hell do you see in this guy? Why is he popular? Why? Why is he popular? He's talented. What's talented about him? What are some funny jokes? What are anything worth the shit he has said of merit as a reviewer? That is the dumbest stuff to hear about. Well, the original Ghostbusters, they just point and this is the. That's like saying, oh, you know what, in that cop movie, he just pointed the gun and pulled the trigger, and that's it. That's like saying Heat. The ending of Heat, man, Al Pacino just pointed the gun and he shot the bullets. Damn, that's all he did? He didn't do like a cool kung fu grip and pull a machete out of his ass or pull a bazooka, blow it up. No, that's all you need to do in that movie, and it worked efficiently. Jesus Christ. Unpause now. What's stupid about it? What's stupid about it? Explain. What is stupid about it? They're crossing the streams to make it more powerful, which is dangerous because it overload and create a huge explosion that could kill them. What is stupid about it? Explain. You're a reviewer. Explain it. Explain it. I agree it was badly marketed, but I think people looked at this movie, they go, I don't know how the hell to market this. What was what was funny in the movie? Do you want to mention them? It is that bad. It is. In my opinion, it is as bad as it looks. In my opinion. I did not find them fun to watch at all. Kate McKinnon was irritating. He was trying to be like a if Edon was on the spectrum, and that's not an insult to people on the spectrum. That's what they're going for. They test out new weapons. They test out new stuff in Ghostbusters 2 with the slime. That's why they did the whole thing with the toaster bin and all this stuff. How it changes your mood and stuff. There was new stuff in there as well. But you said it's the same movie. While 2016 was more of the same movie, more similar to the first film. Yeah, at the end of the film, how does the film end? Choose your destructor. And they choose a figure that's the Ghostbusters logo. Was a giant white creature, just like the Stay Puft was a giant white creature. And it's ironic that the Ghostbusters logo becomes the villain. It's like the most ironic thing. Who gives a shit if it's a female Ghostbusters? I just want a movie that's worth a crap in terms of a story and characters, regardless if they had dicks or not. It's it's more similar to the first one than Ghostbusters 2, and you guys got pissed about that. I keep repeating that because Very clever. It was a little head bust statue. Bill Murray, you could tell he did not want to be in the film. Then they just kill him off. So you're saying you want to be like the original? Now you're saying, well, there's not a Bill Murray type in here. So you want to be like the original, but you just said you don't like if it's like the original. I agree with that. Kristen Wiig had no personality in that. They do this joke that goes on forever where she got puked on. So it's personality. If, hey, that person got slimed a lot, that means they have that personality. Is that what you're saying, dude? God, this is torture, man. This is torture to sit and watch these two gaggle on, babble on. Dude, take off that damn Ghostbusters t-shirt, man. Take it off. Pause. 23 minutes, 31 seconds on pause. Doug just said, I don't want it to be the original Ghostbusters. But I did. You're saying stuff that the first one did better. Well, I just, to be fair, it was the other guy that said, well, there's not a Bill Murray type in this. But then Doug was agreeing with it. So now you're saying, well, yeah, there's a heart, there's a brain, there's a... So you're saying, you're nodding along as if you agree with your brother. Yeah, that'd be nice if they had that. So in other words, it'd be nice if it was similar to the original. But now you're saying, I don't want it to be like the original. But, dude, most of the film copied the original. The opening where someone is haunted, and there's a lot of books around, and then they're attacked, and then, boom, Ghostbusters, the title comes up, and then 3 scientists, and they get fired, and they meet a 4th one, and who is not quite a scientist, and like the Choose Your Destructor at the end, where they fight a giant white creature. Again, it is like the original. Why? How do these guys not see that? That's why they don't give credit to Red Letter Media, which I don't always agree with their opinions, but I do think they are much more talented than these guys. Like Red Letter Media, I get why they're popular. I don't always agree. I don't agree with every video they've made. I don't agree with every opinion they've had. But I do think Red Letter Media is entertaining. I do think they are talented. I do think they are funnier. Again, I don't always agree with their opinions, but the ones I do, oh, they were really funny and they made great points. Case in point, their video on Ghostbusters 2016 was so much on point, so perfect, and so much better than this. So 23 minutes, 31 seconds on pause now. The entire film is a reference to the first one. The entire film is. 2421, sorry. They said, well, Ghostbusters 2, we got the first film again, and then we got Ghostbusters 1984 the same in this one, but they changed more things. They did not change more things. They changed even less things. What are they talking about? Did they see the same movies I did? Ghostbusters 2 is still way more different to the first compared to the 2016 film. Where the characters are at and how they get back together and the whole finale and what the villain is, and the villain's not choose your destructor, and the villain's not this giant white creature over again, and even the whole thing with Rick Moranis and Slimer, that was added new to it. The whole River of Slime was a completely new thing. The whole changing your mood and controlling the Statue of Liberty, completely brand new thing. To control something like that for good. To break through the shield. Completely new thing. Hello. And the whole thing with Vapeman, dealing with the baby. Completely new thing. How would Vapeman deal with a little kid? And he would be like nice to him and you know, goofing off with him. Which shows the progression of the Vapeman character. That maybe he would like to be a dad, and maybe this was the chance he missed out. He even says, I could have been your father. They realize he missed out on this chance, and he'll get with Dana, which seems like, I guess in Afterlife, he did. I guess, because they're together at the very end. I guess that's what the assumption is. How do these folks that did all this attention and collaborations with Angry Video Game Nerd, how do these two people not see that? How am I the only person? Maybe I am. If so, so be it. God, this is annoying, man. If they have a different opinion, I get it. They have a different opinion. We all think differently. But I don't respect these two guys, especially after that whole change the channel fiasco, which that could be a whole other 30-minute video. And some of the stuff they got away with a lot of stuff. Because sadly, with that change the channel document, a lot of people put stuff in there that's like, who cares? You know, you make it a film, it's not going to go perfect. So they just want to put every little nitpick. What they should have done is go over that document and take all the nitpicking out and center on the more egregious things. If you settle on the more egregious things, I think maybe things would have worked out better. But sadly, they just put every little teeny tiny nitpick they had. But you know, that's a whole other thing. 2421, unpaused now. Dud, you just said this film is creative. Original creative. Now you're agreeing, yes, it's the first film again. Ghostbusters 2 did stuff differently. The whole River of Slime. Vito. They did different stuff in there. What did they do, dude? Explain. What details? What details? What did they do? What is good about the characters? Can you explain that? What's good about the characters? Then Doug's not explaining like what's so creative, what makes it so different. What's so great about the characters? Kate McKinnon. Okay, pause. 26 minutes, 56 seconds. Okay, I'll get back to the video. If you're not watching along, okay, if you're watching along, maybe you'll understand. If you're not watching along, let me explain what happened. What just happened. These two have gone on this diatribe about how great the characters are. At least Dud more so, to be fair. Dud more so. And how, yeah, I probably watch this again because the characters, it's different enough. I'm like, what's different about it? And he's not explaining what's different about it. He's not explaining what makes it different. Like Ghostbusters 2 is more different from the first one than 2016 is to the first one. I gave you reasons to repeat. The whole opening incident. It's not a phantom trying to attack someone. It's this slime that makes something out of control. It's a completely different environment on the streets. It's not an enclosed setting with a bunch of books. It's not the exact, it's not a library to be fair, but if you want to even take that out of the equation, it's again three that get fired and they're scientists and they meet the fourth one and then they have their Walter Peck, the guy who doesn't believe in them, Bill Murray, and that one was, I forget the actor's name. I'm bad with names. I will admit I'm bad with names. I can admit that. But it's Walter Peck. Yes, it's true. This man has no dick. So Walter Peck. The actor was also in Die Hard and Biodome and others. And they even mentioned the venue. They get popular. The choose your destructor. Yeah, I've repeated that. You even have a Slimer in this as well. It makes sense in Ghostbusters 2 why there's a Slimer, because Slimer was loose at the end of Ghostbusters 1. And there's a bit with him and Rick Moranis, which was different. But anyway. The whole mood slime stuff. Anyway. What they said here, let me get to the point after rambling. Dud went on this diatribe about how great the characters are. How wonderful the characters are. And like Rob seems to agree kind of as well. So then Rob goes, "Oh, what was that girl with their Egon? The Gatos." And then Dud's like, "Oh, Kristen Wiig." No, the guy that Chris Hemsworth? No, their Egon with the goggles. Oh, I don't know. Just say that. How is it that I, who do not like the film, and I did it to a point where I'm bad with names. I'm bad with names. I'll not remember a character's name. Or I not remember an actor's name. But when you went on this diatribe for 5-10 minutes about blah 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 blah, and then how dumb do you look? You got egg on your face with how you ranked it on this film. And then you want to go in depth on how great the characters are, but then you don't even remember neither the character or the actor's name. Neither one you remember. And I'm like, you didn't remember the name, and yet I did? And I'm a guy that, I can admit, does not... Hell, I would get my phone out and, like, look it up. Which I know could be annoying, because I said, names are not the best for me. So I can say for you, but it's just, they went on this whole thing about how great the characters are, but then you can't remember the lady's name. It's Kate McKinnon, by the way. 26 minutes, 56 seconds, unpaused now. I don't remember. You just said the characters were great, Doug. Remember, you're great. He thought Kate McKinnon was amazing? You mean like when she did the... Didn't she lit the proton pack things? Or the SNL skits that go on to on? Did I steer you? Was that weird? Was that weird? That was weird, huh? Was that weird? I don't know. Was that weird? Irritating, annoying character. Then what's so great about her character? What jokes were funny? What jokes were funny? What is fresh? Name something. The only thing they named is they have some weapons. That's the only thing they named. They have some weapons. Which is Ghostbusters 2 with the slime, and they had new things as well. They just mentioned the weapons. That's it. That's all they mentioned. What else was fresh? What else was fresh? What was fresh? You keep repeating things, but you don't give examples. You do not give examples. $50-50. We did. Yeah, J.J. Abrams' first Star Trek 2009 tried to do some different stuff. Too bad they also had a lot of damn lens flares and didn't have a lot of the intellect. It's pretty close to a remake. I love how Dud is like looking at his brother like he wants to just tear into him or just like look at Dud's face. Dud's face is like the whole thing. Dud's like, I'm tired of listening to this guy. I don't agree with you. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want an argument on camera. Yeah, Dud, because he's like, well, they know how to use Slimer in this one. Oh, wait a minute. So you enjoyed when they used something that was in the original, a Slimer? So you liked a callback. They called back a character called Slimer, and you enjoyed that. But yet, your brother went on this whole diatribe, this whole 2 minute thing about we need fresh stuff, we need fresh stuff, and then Dud's like, oh, but remember that moment Slimer was so cool. And by the way, Ghostbusters 2 had more with Slimer. They cut it out. They deleted it because they realized, we didn't really need it. Sure, Slimer still exists. He's still a thing. Because at the end of the first one, and because Ghostbusters, the cartoon was around. So he's still around, but we didn't really, because Rip Moranis was his brother. I think his character had a brother. And it was, what's his name? The guy from, oh god. The dad in American Pie. And again, I'm bad with names, so I understand, not for you. But yeah, the dad in American Pie, he was in that. And they cut the stuff out, just like, we don't need it. Okay, pause at 35 minutes 20 seconds, and I'm gonna. They said, "Bravo, people were pissed about this." They were like saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a big hit." No, it wasn't a big hit, and I know there's the phrase, "There's no such thing as bad press." That's changed nowadays. That has very much changed nowadays. There is such a thing as bad press. Madam Web did that. Even the Acolyte, in a way. The Acolyte. Bad press. As a lot of people thought it sucked. It was terrible, horrible, and it got canceled after one season. Willow, remember that? That's going. Madam Web, man, that was a bomb. The Crow 2024, do you remember that? A lot of bad press. A lot of bad press. In their way of press, as in the internet. They moved it back. It came out. It did nothing. And Ghostbusters 2016, it did not do that well. That's why there was no sequel. That's why they went back to doing Afterlife and Frozen Empire. Which I wasn't a fan of. I think you only needed 2 Ghostbusters films because I think what made the film work was that cast. I really do. I think the cast just made that work. The concept was fun, but I think that cast together, the way they worked together, you can have a cool concept, but that cast would make those classics. That's the way I look at it. And you're never going to recapture that cast. So yeah, bad press nowadays can kill you. All the time? No. But it has. 35 minutes, 20 seconds. Look at Marvel. The amount of bad press Marvel has gotten, and other than Deadpool and Wolverine, their films have gone down in box office. The Marvels flopped. So yeah, bad press can do a bit of thing. All the time? No. Sometimes? Yes. So yes, you cannot say there's no such thing as bad press. That's not a thing anymore. Not with the internet. It's not a thing anymore. I hate to be a bearer of bad news. Sorry guys. 35 minutes, 20 seconds unpaused now. Well, Ghostbusters 2016 came and went too. Where you're everyone's not going to see the movie. Huh. 36 minutes 19 seconds. It did come and went, dude. To the both of you. So this must be like, so the opening weekend and they came home. By the way, your mom didn't like it. Did your mom look at all the controversy? Did your mom? No. That means there's a lot of people that don't be like your mom. And credit to your mom, you know. I appreciate her taste. Let her review the movie. I think she... Your mom, guys, your mom would do a better reviewing the film than you. Can you just put your mom on camera to review it instead of you two? She's probably got funnier and more talent than these two. 36 minutes, 19 seconds, unpaused now. Yeah, no laughs. Gee, I wonder. Again, what was funny? What jokes were funny? It is forgotten. It did come and go. The, the film didn't do well and didn't get sequels. Just people thought it looked terrible and it was a terrible movie, in my opinion. It sucked. 37 minutes, 36 seconds. Ghostbusters 2 is not that much the same as Ghostbusters 1. I'm going to keep repeating this because they keep repeating it. Apparently, they have not seen Ghostbusters 2 in a long damn time. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Zero idea. I'm seeing what the box office was for 2016. This 37 minutes, 36 seconds. Unpaused now. Just get this over with. I love how they say if you like Ghostbusters 2, then there's no reason you should not have liked 2016. I miss Janine, so you miss something from the original, but you don't want them to copy the original. I like Ghostbusters 2 and don't like this film because Ghostbusters 2 tried to be its own thing more so than this film did. It absolutely did. 100%. It cost $144 million. It made $128 million in the U.S. It made $100 million international. So $144 million budget. It only made $229 million worldwide. That is a fucking bomb. Box office bomb with losses at least over $70 million. Sony abandoned plans for a sequel, opting instead to continue the original film canon with Ghostbusters Afterlife. It lost over $70 million at the box office at least. Why do they do physical? Judges like this? People take this guy seriously. It's so cool. She punched a ghost in the face. It's so cool. Oh my god, isn't that great? Punch a ghost in the face. She did, she punch a ghost in the face. That's so cool. This movie's awesome. What the fuck? Just consider some of the films they complain about and the reasons they complain about it, and that's what they're praising. Holy shit. They're not that unique, dude. I don't think these characters are as unique as they're making it out to be. The guy even said, oh, the one that's trying to be Egon. They're trying to be so unique, but you just, I don't know what her name is. It's the girl that's the Egon of the group. What the fuck? It compared to the original all the time, dude. The setup is literally three signed. So you love the pussy fart joke? You love the queef joke? Queef joke was hilarious. You thought the wonton stuff was hilarious? They delivered her so late, even though she's there. It's hilarious. Oh my god. Well, at least I got my answer. What I asked, what they thought was funny. I asked them I was asking, what do you think was funny? They thought the wonton thing was funny. You thought that ghost was creepy, dude? But wait, you said you wanted different stuff, so the Dryden must be good, right? You said you wanted different stuff. No one has said Ghostbusters 1984 was perfect, dude. Well, I should say no one. There's always a minority. But you make it act as if 80% of people say Ghostbusters 84 is perfect. Dude, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It was bad back then. It was 1984, dude. It was 1984. No, they don't need a pass because this is state of the art technology in 2016 with a $144 million budget. Do you think Ghostbusters 1984 had? I would like to know what the equivalent of 144 million would be in 1984 dollars. Did they have that? Did they have the ability to do CGI and all this stuff? Because it was it a damn thing back then? My God. Do you imagine going to the Gozer portal? Well, they did a thing where they controlled a Statue of Liberty. They really controlled that and bash through a shield to rappel down and get to the bad guy, which was completely different. Hey, Dud, Rob, where in the first film did they have a scene where they control the Statue of Liberty, bash a shield, and they rappel down? When did that happen in the first movie? Since you want to say the second film is the same as the first. Where? We don't reboot with all women. I'd be like, what the fuck does it matter if it's all women? Why does that matter? Like, why is that a gimmick? If that's okay, then fine. If that's okay, then I never want to hear another person bitch at me again where I say, I want an alien film with a male lead. I don't say that, from now on. I've said that before, I'll say it again. Because ever since that movie, and that stuff, I'm like, okay. And I just remember it now. That's why I did say it afterward. Because Ghostbusters 26, that was the thing. I'm like, okay, if that's all that matters, then fine. I want an alien film with a male lead. Granted, there's a lot more. You need a good script. You need a capable director, a nice supporting cast, good special effects, of course, but maybe memorable dialogue, maybe a good actor as the lead. Not but hey, it is what it is. God damn, man. God damn. Kind of done with these guys. We got a minute left. He keeps saying a lot of creative stuff. What was creative other than, I guess, the weapons? He mentioned the weapons. He didn't mention all the creative stuff he loved. It's like, I like those four. So, okay. I know it's got like 30 seconds in, but this is what kills me about this with Doug Walker. So, Doug Walker's like, I like this because it got some creative stuff, and I like the four there, and I got some laughs out of it. Well, there's creative stuff in Ghostbusters 2, and I would assume you liked the first 4 because you liked doing the first one. And I guess to him, he got no laughs out of it. I did. I mean, Ghostbusters 2016, I don't think the 4 were good. I think they were terrible. I think they were written terribly. I think they were performed terribly. They had no chemistry with each other. Thought the acting was pretty lousy from them. I thought that it had even less creativity than Ghostbusters 2. That 2016 tried more to be like the first one than Ghostbusters 2 did. And these guys just, it's like, we gotta say Ghostbusters 2 is bad because we said it was bad. We gotta stick to our guns. Okay. We're gonna die on this hill even though it makes us look like a fool. Yeah, I can see how that goes. But I'm glad this video's done. I'm gonna go take a shit. No, I'm gonna go and honestly, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take an aspirin because I got a headache now. I honestly got a headache. Thankfully, I got some aspirin right over here. Believe it or not, I think I'm lying. Gotta taste some of this. So we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.